He took my child.
Whoops, sorry guys.
I love XCAL.
Oh my god. We're on screen, buddy.
Good.
Good. He's liking the stream. He just said I liked himself, like he liked me or you. Oh my god. Oh my god. XCal just said I love XCal. There he is. The genius behind our streams.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Hey, if people can
We need to turn you down.
develop, what's that?
Turn you down a little
Oh,
bit.
sorry, I just get off.
No, you can just turn your volume down.
Okay. Hold on. This is really hard.
We're having technical difficulties.
There
Now,
we go.
I
Okay,
kind of
I'm
shocked. I kind of shocked XCal earlier because I was telling him about the twin flame
my
situation,
God.
and he's disgusted beyond belief. Like the amount of disgust, a lot of disgust.
Well, they were talking about the divine masculine. I thought they were talking about me.
Oh, my God.
And then I found out that they weren't.
Eye roll of a
Oh, my
lifetime.
gosh.
Eye roll of a lifetime. Oh my Lanta. Fire Chief is here. Hi Jessica. Hi Eclectic Mima. Oh yeah, it is the day after. Oh, we have two cameras set up, so we didn't have to sit super close to each other, but we're still friends. But let me try to fix your camera because you're keying yourself out. You're
What?
you're doing one of Harry Dresden's veils, not really effective, and we can still see you. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting my jokes at all today.
I'm not.
You know how Harry Dresden has a really hard time with veils, and he can't really do them that well.
Yep.
Your little microphone isn't really turning invisible. It's not supposed to. Yeah.
Is it not supposed to be there?
No, it is supposed to be there. Do you see the fuzzy edges? I'm trying to clear that up for you. So, how's everyone doing?
There we go.
Yeah, let me.
dig
Window.
a bit.
We need camera effects. There we go. Where's XCal?
Jessica makes me not want to go on the internet ever. That's so creepy.
Oh no, we can't do that. Your microphone's just gonna have to be invisible a little bit.
It's like a super high priced porn ring. What in the world is up
Oh
with that?
my god!
It is.
Say corn, please, for the love of
Corn.
God. Say corn.
Oh, yeah. Because I don't want to demonetize a demonetized stream, huh? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, there's a hope. We can always hope that you don't kill the stream at the very beginning.
Well, I was already lectured this morning about not pointing on screen.
Oh,
so.
one person got my joke. Eclectic Mimo got my joke. That's okay. I'm gonna. The twin flames thing makes me want to dig into my textbooks. Yeah, Jessica has the psychology experience, and I've got the. Nope, that's a friend.
Don't.
That's a friend. That's a friend. We've got Champy over here, puffing away at
Getting
a dog.
ready to represent.
Yeah. Twin flames. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Maybe we should have. I signed up for their course.
What to learn how to write a $9,000 check? How much of a course can it be?
Well, it's awful. It's all center aligned, and then they've spread out the letters just enough that it's very hard to read. So the kerning is awful, and the way they wrote it. You remember when I was
What are they
in sixth
teaching on their
grade?
course.
How to find your person. I did it so that we could expose it on the internet,
I see.
and it's free. Here, put the microphone a little bit more in front of your
So
face.
when do you have to right there?
No, so that when you're talking, it goes into the microphone.
Like this, huh?
No, so we get the course for free, and it's a funnel so that they're gonna try to get us to pay all the monies, but we're doing it to roast them.
Yeah,
We bring all the things for the s'mores for the roast.
Gotcha.
Oh my gosh, I started telling my dogs that's a friend when they bark at the delivery person. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't have any friends, so I don't really tell them anything like that.
Oh yeah. Your buddy who stayed with us for 5 months is your friend?
Oh yes,
Your drinking buddy?
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
He's a pal.
ASMR XCal.
Anybody who rides his bike over to my house and brings beer is a friend of mine. Yes.
Oh, Shelby said happy belated anniversary XCal yesterday. Would have been my 27th wedding anniversary. I'm glad yours turned out better than mine. It's her anniversary. yesterday.
Ouch.
Yeah. But she wishing you happy anniversary.
Yes. Yes. It was a happy one, as they all have been.
Good.
Yep.
Yes. So this is book club. It's where we get off topic and sometimes do spoilers of the Harry Dresden series, which is a fiction.
Okay. So since you said sometimes, does that mean that we've had streams where we haven't had a spoiler? I
No,
don't
we've
remember any.
always done spoilers. I'm sorry. I was just saying. Hopefully, maybe we don't do it today. We can all. They can always hope that we we don't spoil stuff for them, but they know us.
Very happily divorced.
Shelby is our resident nurse and lawyer. She was a nurse for a long time, and now she's a lawyer. So,
Gotcha.
And Wendy, ma'am,
Doesn't
the lawyer
participate
cat.
in the stream?
Well, she's not here right now. She's probably doing other fun stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We're talking about the Harry. Well, no. So, how would you describe the Dresden series genre? Fiction, wizarding, in current day detective.
Well, I don't think they call it current day because they call it alternate universe because of the fact that it's fantasy.
Right, but I wanted to get people to know that like you can go look up like certain things they write about in the book and their real place is in Chicago. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to say. Like, alternate universe, but not on a different planet, not on like
Pandaverse.
Huh? What?
It's the Pandaverse.
Oh my God.
Disney. Oh gosh. Sorry. I'm sorry. I really need to go into timeout.
Yeah, I forgot to download a dunce cap for you.
Oh, well,
But I am crocheting you a Santa hat.
bring my own virtual dunce cap.
Oh
with
my
me.
God. I'm crocheting. I mean, I'm going to do once I fix my knitting machine, starting December 1st, we're doing our 12 days of Snarkmas. And you're going to have a Santa hat and I'm going to have a Santa hat. And it's going to fit both of our, well, we're not going to wear it together, but it's going to fit your head and it's going to fit my head.
Well, we may or may not be doing it on the 1st, just depending on how you feel.
I'm going to feel great. I'm going to feel great.
Yeah, we're hoping you will.
I'm going to feel great. I'm speaking
But we're
that-
not going to push it. If you don't, it's okay to.
Okay, so maybe it will
Push
be
it
the
off.
12th through the 3rd. I mean, the 2nd through the 13th.
Yeah, or whenever.
But it will be 12 days of Snarkmas.
Yes,
Yes.
Snarkmas.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. As long as we don't have to do any divine masculine stuff, I'm really okay.
I know. Do you want to?
Because I think my brain will explode and I'll have blood pouring out of my ears. if I
Drop
have
a
to sit there and
one.
think about
Drop
that.
a one in the chat if you want XCAL to react to lesson number 2, so we can see his head explode on stream.
Number 2.
Lesson number 1 was awful. They were using you, but apparently because you were one person with your twin flame, they were also talking about you, the other person, and they weren't clarifying which you they were talking about. So it was just a sentence of going you like back and forth. It was awful. And the person who wrote it, which I assume is the guy who calls himself God, just wanted to use the longest words possible so they would appear as smart as possible. I feel like I got slapped for that metaphorically in 6th grade because, like, if you can use a shorter word and communicate the same point, do that. I think that's what you told me to do. And Mom did. I don't know. Hello, if you're just joining us, we're just getting in trouble. We're just at the very beginning
No,
of getting
we aren't
in
getting in trouble. I have not pointed at anyone. We don't
He
have any
hasn't-
thumbs down yet.
I know.
All those little hoodsies are still sleeping or whatever.
Oh my God. Oh my God. The
Poor
age
little
gap video is
reprobates.
terrible. Dad, there was a video.
Age gap video. Hey, whoa.
No, there was a video on them talking about what if there's an age gap between you and your twin flame and stuff like that. But there was
Duh.
another
What?
video.
So the twin flames were always born in the same day of the same year?
No. They like put you together with, sometimes they put together with a 30-year age gap or something like that.
So I would need to be finding a 97-year-old woman
Yes.
to be my perfect.
Twin flame? I think you
Okay.
found your twin flame.
Well, apparently not, because apparently even though you're married, you have to find somebody
Yeah,
else.
you haven't paid the $8,888 yet, so you have not found your twin flame.
In that case, I'm safe.
Yeah, I've got a 12-week recovery time though, Jessica. So I think it might be a little more intense than a gallbladder removal. But
yes, it ranges from their estimate ranges from 3 hours to 12 hours. So if it's on the 3 hour side, we'll be happy and doing dancing.
We'll be
squirrels.
stoked.
Yep. And if not, we'll be fine. We'll work through it.
MK said, as a college instructor, I can confirm succinct is better. MK, if you didn't watch
I don't know
this,
if anybody in college knows what succinct means.
oh my gosh, Sam said hi, Dad. Hi, Sam.
Hey, everyone.
I know. What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
I know because
I don't even know what I'm going to
derailed.
say.
I know that's the problem. That's why you have a fire chief here. I'm about to fall asleep with no fires to attend to. Yeah, he hasn't pointed at anyone with his middle finger. He hasn't counted today.
All our little hoodsies are asleep.
Oh,
We have 13 likes and no dislikes. Come on, dudes.
Come on, dudes. We need to get my nephew to give us a recording of
Yeah,
that.
really. We definitely need that so we can play it. Come on, dude.
God. Oh, my Lanta.
Yep. Well, speaking of people that are asleep, Toot Toot's asleep. Probably.
Toot Toot is asleep.
Maybe. Or else he's drinking alcohol. No, I don't think they have any alcohol over there.
Yeah, just don't say where he
The
is.
whole country is alcohol free, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So he's sad. Poor Toot. He should have already been home by now, right?
I know. Christy said, OMG, I yelled at someone taking forever to back around out of a parking spot. Come on, dude. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, they had that happen yesterday at Mrs. XCAL was at Walmart for 2 hours to pick up her online order. And
I know. I didn't know where she was. I was like, I guess she wanted to go.
I called her. I'm like, where in the world are you? She's like, I'm coming back from Walmart. I had to go pick up the online order. I'm like, for 2 hours? Yeah, well, it was an adventure.
They had technical difficulties at Walmart that day.
Yes. Hard to believe, Black Friday.
Yeah.
Anyways, so this Karen was driving a car. And,
this Karen.
she was pulling into one of the slots over there in Walmart where you pick up your call-in order or online order or whatever, and she and so this other guy was driving behind it, and they're all numbered, and so she pulls into two spots because she can't figure out that where the lines are, I guess, and so this guy was beeping at her to move only into one spot, and so she refuses to move. And so he stops his car behind her and blocks her in. Oh my god! As his flash is going. Anyways, it was an adventure. I mean, it's good because if you're there for 2 hours, it's nice to have a little
entertainment,
extracurricular activities to make the time go quickly.
It can get hairy at grocery pickup. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Oh, my Lanta. So. Oh, we have good news.
What's that?
We have good news about the Lego Christmas house, the Home Alone house. Guess where it is? Here, up in the closet. Okay, he's grumbling right now for no reason.
Okay.
No reason.
Tell the truth.
No.
Tell the truth.
No.
You bought the Lego Christmas house last year.
No. Let me tell the story.
For a family activity.
Yes. And guess who? Okay, let me paint
Everyone
the story.
Bailed.
Stop it. No one bailed. Let me just tell the story.
The only ones that didn't bail were the two grandchildren who were busy hiding pieces.
Okay, let me tell the story, okay?
Fine.
XCAL and Mrs.
Selective
XCAL.
memory.
No, it's not selective memory. You have to know the entire story. XCAL and Mrs. XCAL are some of the most what's the right word?
Wonderful is the word.
Wonderful people. They don't sit still well at all. They're always doing stuff. They're like, could we be cleaning right now? Could we be building an entire bookcase? Could we be, I don't know, reorganizing the entire house? Could
Playing
we
Clash of Clans?
Well, I know, but
Not
you don't.
Anymore.
You don't play it anymore?
No.
Oh.
No. Not for 3 weeks.
Oh, dang. You're taking a break?
Taking a forever break.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Anyways,
finish your story.
We're
riveted.
We're riveted. I like how he's the one on my channel saying how boring my story is. Oh, get away from me.
Go ahead.
Get away from me. So they don't like Saturday mornings growing up as a kid. We would be like, okay, get up, let's do chores and stuff like that. So they're always doing like adult things. And
I resemble that remark.
he does resemble that remark. Or like pulling weeds or like just doing things all the time.
Spraying the dog next door.
Yeah, spraying the dog next door with the water hose. Anyways, I'm like, I got this Christmas house. We can do it at night. And then there was maybe 1 or 2 nights where we ended up doing something else. And I see the next morning or the next few mornings, the house is like very, very far along. XCal's like hyper focused on putting this entire house together. And he was basically like, screw it.
Well,
Nobody's
I was waiting for somebody to actually participate, and nobody was doing it.
You can communicate. Use your words next time. Oh my God.
I was using words.
Yeah,
Not
cussing
allowed
us
to
out.
repeat those on the
Cussing us out. Yeah. Bunch of lazy little offspring. Yeah. So we have it here. So we can build it on stream.
It's actually mostly built. It's just putting.
We're taking it apart.
Oh, we are not. We are so not taking it.
It's
apart.
not your house, is it?
There's not enough alcohol available in Houston for me to put that together.
I'm gonna put it together on stream. Oh my God. It's my house. You gonna get to make the. I mean, this is your house, but like the little house is my house.
When the Hocus Pocus house crashed and burned, who helped you?
You did.
Of course.
And who told all live chat that you were so nice and helped me? I did. I didn't even hold that back. I said, you know who helped me after I was so sad that it broke? XCal did. XCal helped me put it all back together. Yes. We're arguing over Legos right now when we should be talking about our book. You need to plug in your iPad. Here.
Thanks.
Use your words. Yes.
I've got words to use.
No, but Mrs. XCal has already told you can't use those words on the stream.
She said all she said was I couldn't point.
Oh my God.
I can't tell those people
charging?
that they're not. Yeah, it's not charging. There it is. Now it is.
Okay. All right.
It's old like me. Sometimes it doesn't work when you plug it in. Use the kinder words, yeah. I'll use the kinder words.
Yikes.
I was pointing at my son and daughter-in-law called yesterday to wish us a happy anniversary, and I was pointing at him too, telling him how wonderful I thought he was.
Oh yeah, he did. You did flip him off
no,
on
I
the
didn't.
phone.
I did the whole British
Oh, you're doing
thing.
it right now. Someone from
No,
from England would get offended.
We're not in England, though.
Oh my God. Is XCal loophole king? Loopholes were my specialty in high school. Yeah, he is. He mostly just like instead of like using a loophole to like get around the rules, he mostly like bulldozes the rules.
Yeah, I've done that too, Christy.
Mostly because he forgets to put his glasses on when he's bulldozing. So you don't do that irritated little like side lip thing to me. Just hold your three fingers, index, middle, and ring together, and tell people to read between the lines.
We don't make jokes about the little blue pills at all. Don't go there.
This is awkward. I don't want to talk about this on stream with my father.
Magical Unicorn Rope. That's what we can talk about. But this book, though, does it have a magical unicorn rope moment? Oh, it does. It does.
I think I blocked out.
Remember when they're in the bubble, getting shot out of the tube from the deeps?
Oh yeah.
Laura and Harry.
Yep.
Talk about metaphorical pictures.
Yikes.
Whatever. Come on, I'm just trying to help keep us focused.
I think we just got. You are trying to help keep us focused.
Yes.
So the book that we're reading, or that we would have read, is White Knight.
Or listened to, or read.
I've
read it several times, and I've listened to it before.
Do you like James Marsters as a reader?
I do.
Yeah.
I think he does a great job.
Yeah. I think he's gotten much better.
Yes, he's improved as most of us do when we do something over and over again, like building these bookshelves over and over again.
Someone just delivered something very large. Is it a mattress?
Oh, it probably is our mattress. Your mattress.
Oh yeah.
Yours
White.
and Mr. DC's mattress. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. White. It was kind of a small box. Is it one of those inflatable ones?
I'm on Reddit. Well, no, it's one of the. That's how they do all the mattresses now. They wrap them up in this super tight package, and then you cut them, and hopefully it doesn't explode on you and kill you.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to
And
know.
it's really pretty fun to do. It's kind of like peeling glue off your skin after you've been doing glue ups all day out in the garage.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm a glue peeler.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's the best. And like when your skin is burned, when you have a sunburn and then your skin starts to peel, you don't like doing that, or you do?
No, that's fine too. But I try not to get lots of sunburns now because I'm too old for that.
Yeah, same. I mean, I think everybody's too old to get sunburned because sun damage is not good.
That's a good point.
I saw Hun years ago in a supermarket car park. She shot out of her parking space straight into the front of another car. So the lorry parked her. Oh, she got arrested? Oh, that is the mattress.
Oh yeah.
There's two guys.
Two large men.
That's a friend. That is
Two
a friend.
large men.
Two friends.
So, Mrs. XCAL and I have no hope of getting that into the house.
I can help you.
Oh, you sure you can?
Let me. I'm pretty medicated right now, so I'm pretty.
I know.
Well, I'm partially medicated. Those are two friends.
They're okay.
FedEx is a friend.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're a good boy.
Hey, you don't have a mic. Be quiet.
Oh my gosh.
Interloper.
The audiobook that I got has some spelling errors on the chapters, so
Yeah,
they're all
mine too.
named White Knight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my fault. That was my fault.
Oh, because you.
I had to rename them, and then I think I just had a spelling mistake.
Well, I mean, if they were whites, that would be. It
was my-
But
it
there's no
was-
whites in this book.
When I had to like rename them,
Although
like
there are
all,
ghouls in this book.
I had to rename them so they would stay in order when you import them, and then I wasn't paying attention. Yikes! Sorry, Lynn. I googled James Marsters. It ruined my image of him. His voice didn't match the image I had of him. I'm sorry, Christy.
Especially if you got pictures from the Buffy years
Yeah, Spike.
when he was Spike.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not.
He has a good voice acting. Don't lift that without us. Mom?
Mrs. XCAL?
She's not responding to us because
Hold on, I'm just going to go in and check.
okay, your headphones are connected,
I know.
so okay. We're gonna make sure she doesn't lift it without us. Don't lift it without us. He's coming to help you.
I'm not lifting it. I was just going to take a picture. The box is open on one end.
Okay.
Okay. You don't watch many shows? You've never watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Take 5 and go check. Yeah, she's good.
Okay.
Yeah, we got demonetized last night for the stream.
Oh, really? Why?
Netflix wasn't happy that I used part of their trailer for the show, but I like changed the voices, I removed their music, and I put it through a VHS filter, so it was like not pleasant to watch. And over the course of 3 hours, it was such a small percentage of time, so I disputed it. We'll see what happens.
Oh.
Yes, Buffy is my love language. Hi, Patricia. Oh my God, Christy. Buffy is very much, kind of a classic, but have you ever watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
I've seen parts of like 2 different episodes. But I wasn't. That was not. When that was on, I was
Raising children?
not really into TV. So
Yeah.
and it wasn't really designed for older people, anyways.
Oh, yeah. Probably just more for teenagers. I don't know. I love Buffy, though. Yeah, I'll chat with you for sure, Christy. So if you're just joining us, and you don't have to have read the book to enjoy this stream because we get off topic like we have for the past, how many? 20 minutes? 26
well, we were
minutes?
on top for 8.5 seconds, so I'd like to.
That's a pretty good
dispute
record.
that.
That's a pretty good record. 8 seconds of on topicness?
Yes, we talked about magical unicorn ropes and And that was on topic.
XCAL. Oh my God.
That was on topic.
Unfortunately. Yeah. But why does that have to be the on topic thing that we talk about?
Well, we also mentioned ghouls.
That's true.
Although this is the first instance of super ghouls being present in any of the books.
Yep.
Yep.
Intro is always tangent time. Yes.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Oh my gosh.
So I'd be interested in over the course of the next hour or so, hour and a half, or whatever we do this, to get feedback from folks in the chat on the thing they like the best about the books, or this book.
Okay.
So Harry starts out very. This book starts out very unusual from the perspective that they're not. She and Murphy and Harry are at a crime scene that's not a crime scene, at least not yet, because they are investigating this young woman who apparently committed suicide.
Yeah.
In a very unusual way.
Yeah. And then he has his student come in to help.
And then Molly shows up.
And then Molly shows
doesn't
up.
show up.
Yeah, because she is she's using her magical veils.
Indivisible.
Yes. Oh, but Harry does do some nifty magic stuff and discovers the verse on the wall, or with his newly acquired teacher skills, because he's teaching Molly how to do stuff, and then he teaches himself how to do stuff better.
And it was cool that he uses the metal shavings, because that was something that when I was little that we did with with magnetic fields and stuff like that. You can use metal shavings to identify certain things, and
that's
so
cool.
The fact that Butcher brings it into this book is it's kind of awesome.
Yeah,
I like that. It made me think back to my childhood.
It's also cool to see Harry doing delicate kind of magic stuff, because he's mostly where's the larger he's very Thor, Hammer of Thor, he just burns stuff down or breaks things.
Kind of a baby Huey of the magic world.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a perfect way to describe Harry.
Yeah.
Well, Harry before he got a student and had to figure his life
he's
out.
An adult.
Yeah. Yes. So Harry
he's practicing for someone.
Yeah. Yes. And Harry and Molly are under the doom of Damocles, because if Molly messes up, then Harry's toast too.
Yeah.
So I think the White Council probably like that idea, because probably good chance Molly's going to mess up, and they're like, then we can get rid of Harry Dresden. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yep. If you don't know what the White Council is, they're the governing body of bureaucrats, but they can also do magical stuff, and they kind of keep control over the wizarding world. Right?
Well,
kind of.
Except that there's a Black Council.
Right. There is a Black Council.
Other than that, there will be a Gray Council eventually. Oops, that's a spoiler.
Spoiler alert! Wait, where's where's our spoiler alert? Well, here's our ding, or we do this one. We'll do that one for spoiler alerts.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
But that doesn't show up till it changes. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Just trying to put everything in order.
Yeah. So we're halfway through. Maybe we should only go through halfway of the book, because there's so many people that haven't read the entire thing.
Hey, if they're not on board at this point in time, then catch up.
I know. Well,
that was nice. I didn't say anything bad. I just told them to catch up. I was encouraging them.
Oh, good job.
Listen
good
faster.
Good job, XCAL.
Don't they have a double speed you can listen to those tapes in?
Yeah.
Those recordings.
Mm-hmm. But you're assuming that all the people who
nobody's reading. This is a bunch of 30 and 40 and 50-year-olds. They aren't reading. I've given up on that.
What? Well, you don't know that. There's lots of people who rent the books from the library and read them.
Uh-huh.
Don't disparage my chat, sir. Oh my God, Christy. Christy's moving back to the mainland. She was in Puerto Rico, and she sold her house, and now she's moving back here.
To Texas?
No, not to Texas, but close enough. I already told her she should have come for Christmas, but she already has plans.
Whatever.
I know. I'm inviting everyone from YouTube, apparently.
875 people for us to cook for on
I know.
Christmas Day. Oh boy!
Had to be the fishes and loaves situation where
Actually, we do, but we do tend to
collect people.
yes,
Yes.
on holidays.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in seeing how XCAL is as a cook, just come by.
XCal's an incredible cook.
Because I cook all of our big family meals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Christmas,
Thanksgiving.
not New Year's, Thanksgiving. Yep.
What do we do on New Year's?
New
Play
Year's
hands and
is-
feet?
New Year's is usually
Snacks?
black-eyed peas and cornbread.
Oh.
Mom does that.
I hope it's
That's-
red beans
that's
and
one of
rice
them.
instead of black-eyed peas. But
Well, that's fine too.
I'll bring dessert. Wendy. This is our other Wendy. MLM knows our other Wendy.
Sweet. We're always available for extra desserts, so that's fine. We only had like 12, I think, at this on Thursday.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I keep thinking it was yesterday, but it wasn't. It was 2 days ago. I'm
Yeah.
still coming in from my tryptophan coma.
I did get a Black Friday offer from British Airways on airfare to the U.S.
Nice.
Lynn lives in
Nice.
Norway. It's very warm here right now, and the sun stays up pretty long.
It
So,
wasn't
like,
warm this morning.
oh, it
It was
wasn't warm
like
this morning.
41 degrees.
Oh, did you walk the dogs?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
No, they didn't get walked yesterday either.
what do we have for Christmas dinner?
I
Are we
think
having
we're gonna
prime
have-
rib?
I think
No?
we're going to have prime rib probably.
Yes, the best.
Mm-hmm.
Some people do turkey for both. Some people do turkey
Yeah.
for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we do.
We don't usually do the same thing on both holidays.
Yeah, too close together. We like variety. Also, his prime rib is like incredible. So
And I'm a big meat eater, so I like that.
yeah, apologies to the vegans in the chat
No,
and the vegetarians.
no.
No, not from him, from me. He's
Oh,
never gonna
okay.
apologize for anything.
I'm not going to apologize for being a meat eater.
No, I'm not.
If God didn't want us to eat meat, why did He make it taste so good?
Oh my God, we're not burning my channel down. We're
It's
like
not gonna burn. What do you have, like 3 vegans in the chat? Whatever.
Oh my
You
God,
got a fire. For Christy's online, she can put the fire out.
how is she gonna put the fire out? You're the one that's over here. I don't. What? We need to put like water in the chat.
Lynn, that's a you problem.
She put her thermometer in Fahrenheit for us when we were doing our mod chat yesterday. Agreed, XCal.
I think she was talking about the meat. tasting
Oh,
good.
okay, gotcha,
She
gotcha,
wasn't
gotcha.
talking about the problem with the 23 degrees.
Oh, okay. I'll allow the fire. Oh my God. Yikes. Yikes. Corruption already. This.
They all love me. What can I say?
Oh my God. Okay.
so back on track.
Back on track.
Yeah, White Knight. Focus.
Serial killer. If you like true crime, this is the book for you. Right? I mean, I guess if you like true crime, then all the books are for you. Not true crime, but like crime.
Well,
Whodunit?
that's true. That's true.
All of them are kind of a whodunit
Yep.
situation.
and Harry stumbling around and eventually getting to the point.
The fact that he is kind of not a buffoon, like he's kind of dense at times.
Mostly related to women, but yeah, that's true. He does sometimes go down the wrong
Rabbit hole.
pathways.
Yeah.
Yes, the wrong squirrel holes.
And also he ends up fighting people that potentially are too strong for him, and he still ends up winning lots of times.
Like this one.
Like this one.
That's true.
So oh yeah, this is when he's doing his Little Chicago. He did Little Chicago last book too, didn't he? Or did he? It was only this one
I think this was the first time we really got to see Little Chicago.
because he's using all of his warden pay to like build all of the little
Yeah.
true, and he's collecting pieces. So he has a Little Chicago in his basement where he does his magicking stuff, his magic wielding things, and he's been buying. Is it bronze? What metal is he using for these?
Well, platinum. No, it's not bronze. I'll remember in just a second. And what he's doing
Is making a real life.
yes, basically making little replicas and collecting parts from trees and things like that to bring it even more realistic.
Yeah.
Pewter. Correct. Shelby.
Pewter.
That's
Thank
exactly
you.
right. So
Thank you, Shelby.
easy. Yes. It was it was designed so that he could extend his ability to search in the city and do various things in the city. I love what happens in, is it Small Favor? Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
No,
wait,
I'm not going to say anything.
Wait, where's our spoiler? Spoiler alert.
But the thing he does in Small Favor with Little Chicago is awesome.
Yeah.
It really is awesome.
You have to get to it.
Yep. We won't.
And
That's all we're going to say.
And Thomas is Harry's brother, and Harry is afraid that Thomas is the serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
Because Thomas is being sneaky.
Well, and then he's also shows up in some pictures.
Right.
And
with the women who have either died or disappeared. Disappeared.
Yeah, disappeared. None of the women that Thomas is in pictures with have died. As it turns out, Thomas is not the killer.
Yeah.
But yes. I was thinking about something. Let me go back to it. There's something really hilarious in this book, and I'm trying to think back to what it was. It'll come to me eventually. 3 weeks from now, we'll be in the chat, and then I'll remember. Oh yeah, that's what it was in White Knight.
Oh, and Molly has a bracelet, a control bracelet for her stuff, and she's supposed to be able to bring all the beads up or something. He's like, okay, how many beads can you get up? And she can't. So it's like automatic, like she can't participate with lots of different stuff, and so she's struggling with like her control on some stuff, and so she doesn't get to do a lot of the different things because she can't do her little get the beads up on the bracelet.
Yep.
Hi, Kelda. How are you?
Oh, I remember what it was.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, XCAL.
So it's the interaction between Murphy and and Harry when he's professing his intimate knowledge of the Latin language, and he talks about. So they have the order of what was the cauldron called in Latin? Anyways, and so he calls it the Order of the Large Cooking Pot. And Murphy's so these are a bunch of white witches that are getting together. Murphy said, "Well, maybe it's the Order of the Cauldron." that little that's what I love about Dresden and Butcher. The fact that he thinks he puts these things in there for real interaction.
Yeah.
And you just can't help but laugh when you think of Harry and the look on Harry's face when Murphy says that, and Murphy starts commenting and critiquing him on his expertise in the Latin language. Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's
it's
awesome.
Like, maybe it is the Order of the Cauldron. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And so these women are like, it is like they're suicide, but it is not like so they end up finding out that
they're being targeted.
They're being targeted by the vampires.
But at first they think there's a killer because in the beginning,
Yes.
at the first suicide that we come to, we receive a clue of the Exodus line, and they left a clue for Harry to say, "Hey, we're killing these women. They're not dying by themselves."
Yeah.
And then he and Molly go to see Butters at the morgue.
Butters.
Yeah, our buddy.
Yeah, Butters is
Waldo.
the best. Polka will never die. Polka will never die.
And then they find out that maybe there's more than one killer because the killer that killed the girl in the morgue was apparently different than the killer that killed the lady in the apartment.
Mm.
Yep. And Molly has a magic unicorn moment.
Oh,
Magic
God.
unicorn rope moment. Sorry. Magic unicorn rope moment.
Yikes.
Well,
Yikes.
she kind of does. She kind of
I know, because she
Secondhand.
experienced the last moments of like, and then that's why he thinks it's Thomas.
I realize that this is really turning into a soft porn series.
Corn.
Corn.
Oh my God. There we go. There's our ship, our channel sailing off into the night, burning as it disintegrates into the water.
We're not gonna get monetized anyways. Who
Oh
cares?
my God.
Come on, dude.
The MO is different. Yep.
Yes, exactly right. And as we find out, because we find out that some of the other suicides were the girl in the tub who sliced both of her wrists with a box knife.
Yeah.
Expertly, and as Butters was explaining, it's very difficult once you slice one of your wrists to actually have enough control with the box knife to be able to slice the other one.
Yeah.
So it's obvious that there are killers. These women are dying not from natural or unnatural causes by themselves, but they're being helped. And then we find out that there maybe are two killers.
Yeah.
Or perhaps more killers.
Yeah.
And so now the hunt is on. Harry meets with Mac and gets where the meeting is for the order of the large cooking pot. And then the first wrinkle shows up. When the people, well, actually, there's a couple of wrinkles there. One wrinkle right away, and then another wrinkle later, because somebody else is in the meeting room that in the apartment that he doesn't realize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyways, they get involved. They jump in and. Now they're off to find the killer, and apparently the women think that there's a tall, dark-haired, beautiful man who's involved in these murders as well.
Yeah, which definitely isn't Harry.
What? No, but Harry
thinks of Thomas.
Yes, and then and obviously when he goes to Thomas's apartment and sees the pictures.
Yep.
He definitely thinks that Thomas
is a serial killer.
Yes.
Because he sees the pictures, he sees the tracking of the stuff, which is interesting that Thomas, having been so self-focused for so long, does all this stuff to help these people. You know what I mean?
But if you've read any of the short stories,
which I haven't read enough of them, but continue on.
I won't tell you.
Oh, come on.
Well, Lara and Thomas are a part of one of the secret societies.
Oh, I didn't read that.
Yeah, you need to.
That makes so much sense.
Yep.
Ignore Nightbot. Nightbot is just here to tell us that it's whatever.
Yeah, well,
11:01.
Nightbot's talking to me. That's fine.
That's okay.
Stay on topic. Stay on topic. Stay focused. Sounds like Mrs. XCAL. Stay focused. No pointing.
Yeah, and so then Harry goes and finds Thomas's boat.
Okay. Number 2 of the classic.
The boat's name is incredible, though.
That's true.
The water beetle?
Yes.
It's so good. We got the blue beetle, and then we got the water beetle.
And why does Thomas think it's not Harry when he comes on the boat?
I don't know. I don't remember that part. Tell us.
See, that's why it's important to actually read the books instead of just listening to them, because when you're listening to them, you miss stuff.
Oh, come on. Don't judge. I'm sure they all got it in the chat. I'm sure someone can tell you in the chat because...
okay. Who remembers when the... what Thomas says when he... while he's beating up Harry on the boat? Why he's convinced it's not really Harry.
Oh my gosh, I don't remember.
He tells him that he's showing up with a good-looking girl, and there's no
way.
Oh, that's so great. He's like, you're such a jerk.
Oh, bruh. brothers.
And that was a
brothers.
classic, brotherly interaction.
Yeah.
It really was.
Definitely
It
a
was great.
dig. Definitely a dig. Oh my God.
And then we find out, we find out who one of the bad guys. Actually, before that, he chases them through. They get chased through Little Chicago.
Yeah.
Where he chases one or both of the killers, and then puts a tracking spell on there. Goes back to Little Chicago and follows the guy in his.
Is this the book where the gatekeeper fixes Little Chicago so it doesn't explode? Or is that the book
Little Chicago does get fixed. We don't find out why or who does it.
I thought it was the gatekeeper though. Is it not?
We can't tell.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Push a little spoiler thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Bad DC. Bad DC.
Bad DC.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yes. They all know when they listen to it. They're just rag on me. Don't rag on them.
And Kelda said that this was her first book club she actually reached.
In a
Because
while.
usually she's not on the book club stream, apparently.
Yeah, because she's got a new baby and stuff.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So sleep is not really something in her life right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
But going through and following the other killer, who he doesn't know at this point in time, Gray Cloak, he calls him,
Yeah.
and then finds out that Cowell is somehow involved, and almost dies because Cowell sends a spell back at Harry in his etheric form.
Yeah, in Little Chicago.
And Little Chicago basically blocks the explosion, but it melts a giant section of Little Chicago.
Yeah, it's an expensive mistake, but at least Harry's alive. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, it was unexpected. I was surprised that Cowell had survived the explosion when in Deadbeat.
Yeah.
I was.
But it just shows how powerful of a practitioner Cal is.
Yes, absolutely.
I think
he is a super powerful practitioner and is definitely on a collision course with Harry at some point in time.
Yeah.
Later. He will be back.
You know what? My favorite. Oh, I can't say this. Dang it.
What's that? Okay, you all can join back in now.
Okay, sorry.
We've been talking about you behind your back.
Oh gosh. And then so Elaine is too sick to help him go battle.
Elaine shows up. Elaine shows
Yeah,
up in the
she
book.
does.
That's
And she
one
gets
of the
hurt.
surprises.
Yeah.
Yep. And
But the people don't know she's as powerful as she is. Still, she's trying to.
well, the people meaning the White Council doesn't.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, Harry knows, but like the White Council definitely is never gonna hopefully find out because that she would probably just be killed. You know what I mean?
Yes, she would be treated like a warlock, and Carlos has already met her.
Yeah, but she's so good at her like magical stuff.
Now hold on, she's so good. She's a woman who tricks a guy. I mean, duh, no kidding.
Oh my god! But he, yes, I mean Ramirez is not like the sharpest tool in the toolbox. Number one, but also he has to do this kind of test to like see if she's powerful, and she like tricked it. Like she didn't block it. She just suppressed her, you know, her powers and stuff. But you're just saying because she's good looking and Ramirez didn't really want to like participate.
I'm just
too
saying that
deeply in this.
it's not rocket science that a woman can out trick a guy on anything.
Oh my
I'm
god.
just giving credit to women where it's due. Come on.
Okay.
I'm not being misogynistic at all. I'm not. It's like, duh.
Oh, Christy caused the power at Home Depot to go out when she was trying to check out, and now she was able to turn the power
So
back
Christy
on.
has magical powers and we didn't know about?
I know, she's our fire chief and she's a wizard.
Nice. But wizards are supposed to set buildings on fire, though.
Well, I mean, she's a better kind of firefighting wizard.
She's a smart wizard.
Yeah.
She's a female. I get it. Okay.
Oh, it wasn't hard for Ramirez to believe a woman was not that powerful. What do you think of that statement? Oh.
I'm not gonna go there. So, but we find out Ramirez is not quite the suave, debonair individual that we were led to believe earlier in the series
By Ramirez.
in this book.
Because
when
he's
he meets up with Lara.
When he meets up with Lara. Okay, this is my favorite part. So Carlos, for all this time, has been like coming off as like this playboy. He gets in the car, or
Nope.
no,
He doesn't get in the car.
doesn't
She
get there?
finds out outside.
Oh, well, okay. So he has this interaction, and she goes, "Oh, virgin." She like completely like.
She feels like Harry's is giving her an offering or something like that. Oh boy.
It was just so funny because Lara was just like shocked, you know what I mean? And then Carlos was embarrassed, and like Harry, I was just like, it was the best scene, and it was just kind of like these little lighthearted moments that kind of like dissipate the tension of like the build up and stuff. It's just a good little roller coaster ride in these books.
It's like I should say peeling an onion, except when you peel it you cry, but every time you peel off a layer, there's another layer underneath.
Yeah,
There's something else underneath. You're like, oh, that was perfect.
Christy, is your name actually Elaine? Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yes, now we know.
Yes, now we know.
Now
Our
that
fire
Christy's
chief.
been outed.
Oh my gosh. Have you been cosplaying a human while actually being a badass wizard? Yes, I'm going to answer for Christy. Yes, she has. Yes, she has.
See there?
Yes. Oh my god.
Go figure. We're kind of doing this in out of order, aren't we? Because we're already talking about Carlos and Lara and their little scene, and we didn't even talk about the ghouls in the boat. And,
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry.
and,
Okay. Go back. Go back.
New Mexico.
New Mexico. We missed a whole section because I was so excited because having Laura Wraith, who is like the most like worldly, kind of knows everything, having her be shocked about something is just hilarious. And then the fact that Carlos is not the player that he like makes it out to be is
great.
hilarious.
And Harry, of course, is not I'm gonna let him live it down.
I mean, you don't give Harry Dresden information like that.
Oh no, we forgot one of the best parts.
Okay, go ahead. This is like the most chaotic book club we've ever had.
Yes, it is. Oh my gosh. How can we forget this?
Okay.
I loved when Harry and Mouse go to Thomas's apartment.
Oh my god, that's the best part. I take it back. Laura being shocked by Carlos, not the best part. When Harry goes to the apartment with Mouse.
Goes to the apartment.
Okay, so Thomas lives in a fancy
High rise.
High
On
rise.
the Gold Coast in Chicago.
like the rich area, okay?
Yep.
So he
One of the rich areas.
well, a rich area.
Yep.
I'm just
Yes.
saying that Thomas is like doing all the things. Dresden goes in with his dog, and unannounced, and he kind of like zooms past security.
Yep.
Goes up and he starts snooping around the apartment, and then security starts knocking on the door.
Well, no, security calls. They call a policeman over, and they both go up. So there's
Yes.
a police woman and the security guard are up knocking on the door.
Yes.
And
Fake
Harry's like,
gay
"Oh,
Harry is
crap."
awesome. Just the fact that Harry's like, okay, how am I gonna do this? And he just starts it. But Harry doing this as a 6'8" or 6'9" individual with his foo dog.
His 250-pound Caucasian foo dog.
Monetize XCAL. You should ask for your 0.0004 cents.
It's in the mail.
Yeah.
That check's in the mail, Julie.
Oh my god. Okay, you
No,
tell
go
the
ahead.
story. No,
Go
I don't
ahead.
want to. I'm not good at making it funny. Like I just am feeling all the good feelings of remembering like how awkward and hilarious and awesome it was. So,
the
please
funny-
continue.
The funny part is, so Harry is going to be Thomas's gay lover, who, and apparently Mouse is the point of contention between them because in the midst of him moving to this really swanky apartment on the Gold Coast, he's left Mouse back with Harry.
Their baby.
And it's kind of like a custody thing where he's bringing him by and he doesn't want, and Thomas doesn't want Mouse around because of, the dog and the fur and all that kind of stuff. And so he's trying to convince this cop and the security guard that he's gay, which he does, kind of. And of course, Mouse helps.
Be
Mouse is
polite and
yes, he
starts shaking his hand with the police
cadging
officer.
for a
Yes.
belly rub and doing the whole thing while they get. And so then the police. Of course, the police find out about the fact that this went on.
Oh gosh.
And so Murphy is like,
Never gonna let him live it
they
down.
decided what they're going to get for Harry. It was just great. It was just great. They're talking about Christmas presents for Harry and just a number of LGBTQ plus related prizes or gifts that they were thinking of getting him for the next Christmas. Now that they know that Harry is officially gay,
Which is the best.
which was just a classic.
Yeah.
It was just so fun.
It was such a cool scene. It was so like
It was a great scene, and then when Murphy brings it up in the car, that was the best. That was just I laughed out loud the first time I read that, and every time I listen to it again, I just oh my gosh, it's perfect. It's perfect.
it's funny how like there's so like many of those scenes that are so unexpected, but you could imagine it playing out like that, and because the character has been developed so much up until that book, like it makes the scene even funnier because of Harry and all the things and stuff like that. That's awesome.
And the fact that more walkers
More
outside.
walkers.
And the fact that his police friends, including Murphy, are gonna chew on that like a dog with a bone.
Yeah.
They're never gonna let it go. That's so perfect. It's so perfect for the relationship. Anyways, not really that critical from a plot perspective. Although he does find all the pictures and then goes
Yeah.
back to his place.
Yeah.
And
I skipped around because I was like, oh yeah, they're not dead. He's being a good. He's like trying to be good and stuff. So
hey, Mouse is a better wingman than Harry could deserve. Come on,
yeah, I'll put
Mouse
the
is-
floof cam up. Go ahead.
Mouse is just the best.
Mouse is the best. Let me
He
put the
is the
floof
best.
camera.
As we
There's a
fi-
floof camera. Let me fix this. There they are. Look at those little nuggets. Look at them.
Yep. Hey, your mommy's coming tomorrow.
Florida. My little sister's coming
Yep. She's coming for a week to help with
with me.
help with DeeCee. Yay!
Hooray.
She loves you.
She's really sweet. I told when we're sitting with the nurse anesthetist doing the intake stuff for my surgery and everything, she's like, who's gonna be like, do you have a living will? Do you have a will? Like, who's gonna make your medical decisions? And I'm like, she is. And Mom, like, her eyes get big. And I'm like, Mom, I want to live. Whatever decision it is, like, I'm living, okay? And she's like, okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I know. I'm a little dramatic. I'm a lot dramatic.
A little.
I just said a lot. I corrected to a lot.
You did.
I'm not like dramatic for dramatic's sake. I'm just like, it just happens. It's just natural. I'm naturally dramatic. Okay.
So that was it. Anyways, that was. I'm sorry for taking us back up the rabbit trail or up the squirrel trail or whatever, but I just definitely wanted to talk about the scene in the
yes, though that was so
apartment.
funny.
That was a classic scene. It was a classic scene.
Yeah.
And while it was, like I said, not that important for the whole flow for the book, it was great.
Yeah, and we should have talked about that first because it made Harry think that his brother was a serial killer because of the pictures and stuff like that.
He was concerned,
Yeah.
and so they have the typical brotherly, fight and stuff like that, and dealing with the fact that he didn't tell him, and why didn't you tell me, and blah blah blah, and I didn't, and the reason he didn't tell him is why? Because Lara told him that he couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
And the reason that she did that was because she knew that by telling him that, he was going to do everything in his power to make Harry aware of that, and so left clues and et cetera, because part of Lara's scheme in the whole process was to involve Harry.
Yeah.
She knew that this was going on. She knew that basically this is the attack of the white vampires, the various arms of the white vampires.
It was a coup. It was a coup attempt to
against the wizards, and she's trying to gain control over, or maintain control / gain control over the white vampire population.
Yeah, because they don't think that not Madrigal. They don't think that Papa Wraith is controlling it.
There's an opportunity. Yes, there's an opportunity to overthrow the power structure there.
And Lara has to still be creative and sneaky because she is still pulling the strings behind the scene, but she is not the forerunner of power for the family. And so then,
and if Papa Wraith was, if it was known that he was not fully in full use of his powers, then there would be a situation where somebody else would take charge.
Yeah, and House Scavis is trying to,
and Malvora.
Yeah.
Yep.
So of course a duel is necessary.
Yep.
Of course, that is the natural. But no, so we need to do the houseboat where they get attacked and the ghouls situation.
Yep.
So Harry Dresden goes on the house, the water beetle, sees all of the witches, the white witches, alive and well, and then they get attacked by the ghouls. And then when Harry falls into...
Madrigal. And that's the point in time so Harry's been trying to figure out who the person is that he's been following that knows him, because it's obvious that this person has interacted with Harry before and he's escaped. He's not been killed. Mm-hmm. And of course that happened back in, it wasn't Deadbeat. It was Proven Guilty.
Yeah.
So that's where Madrigal first shows up. He escapes from the garage.
Yeah.
The Full Moon Garage.
Yeah.
And so Madrigal is in this book, at least for a while.
For a while, yeah. And then we go to, so Harry starts taking all of the heat out of the water to freeze the water.
So in order to let the folks escape.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he ends up falling under and blacking out and then going to, remembering what happened in New Mexico. Because there were references to it in the book so far, but you go and have this flashback where these ghouls end up attacking
the trainee camp.
And then Harry goes, I don't know, what's the right word? He just goes like, scorched earth.
Scorched earth is a good term, and that was used in the book.
So he calls up Lashiel and
speaks Etruscan to the ghoul to find out where they took because they kidnapped two kids. in the midst of the ghouls coming in. There were 4 ghouls in the group. 2 of them died right away. There were 2 more, one of whom grabbed the 2 kids and was trying to get back to their exit hole.
Yep.
And the other one was shooting at the camp.
Yep. And Harry, like, you don't mess with kids when Harry's around. He doesn't, like, he goes scorched earth over women and children. He does. And then Carlos saw that side of him, what happened there. And Harry didn't, it seemed like he recovered, like, from that situation that happened. So he takes it personally that he wasn't able to protect those kids.
Yep. Pretty gruesome.
Yeah, very gruesome.
He burns the ghoul from the inside out and sends him back, burning. And then goes, and I guess that he didn't, all the ghouls didn't die in the beginning because they had captured 2 of them and they had killed the rifleman. And the 2 they captured, one of whom they bury and kill, and the other one goes back and tells the other ghouls, hey, don't mess with Harry anymore.
Yeah.
Because he's not happy with you.
And
there's
then
not going to be any Christmas cookies. There's not going to be any birthday presents.
No hugs. No nothing.
Valentine's Day, there's no more cards. None of that stuff. He's not happy.
Oh my gosh.
He goes John Wick on them. That's exactly what he does.
Yes. Yep. And so then they're back.
Although technically he doesn't really go John Wick because he leaves the guy alive, and John doesn't usually leave people alive.
That's true. That is true.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I need to hit the
Rewind
restroom.
button? Oh, the restroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
I'll try not to burn my channel down while you're gone.
I trust you.
Thanks so much. I appreciate that. He'll be right back. He'll be right back, puppies. They're like, what's going on? Do. What's everyone up to? Oh, good big stretches. You're such a stretching girl. My dad left the door open. Yeah. I think I'm just going to check my email really quickly to see if I got the email from Twin Flames. Because I want my dad to react to that with me. Of course they haven't sent the second one out. Free Twin Flame Ascension introductory course. We already got that one. Where's the next one? Oh, here's their address. Their mailing address is in their email. I couldn't find it anywhere on their website, and it's in the email. Huh. I'm surprised. We were looking for the second Twin Flames thing while you were gone, but I don't think they've sent it yet. He's back. You only get one email. I have to pay the $8,888 for the rest. Is that what you're saying? We're just joking. What are the doggies' names? This is Coda on the left, and that's Caspian, Champy, Cappyman, Nunu, Tasspot on the right. Coda we also call Coda Boda Bing Bong as well. But
And Midget.
oh, we don't okay.
I call him Midget.
Yeah. Okay. Hey Karina. Hello. Also, if Jack's there, hello to Jack and hello to Leo. Hello to everyone. The twin flame went out, I suspect. Oh gosh. So they all go. Dresden, Ramirez, Molly, Mouse go to the Wraith estate.
That's true.
But we still at
we
New
haven't really
Mexico.
talked about the fact that there's apparently a connection to Marcone because they go and because Beckett, Mrs. Beckett, who's been
Oh yeah, she's in the group.
was in the group.
Yep. And that's another tie to an earlier book.
Yes, book 1.
Yep.
Yep.
Which is so
they were in
cool.
book 1. Shows up and that was actually the first person that that Harry thought of in terms of who the killer might be was Mr. Beckett, who was in jail, and as it turned out, it couldn't be him because he was killed in jail. We find out Miss Beckett was released and Mr. Beckett was killed in jail, and they and so she's in the group, but nobody really knows what she does, and as it turns out, she works for Marconi. I guess we call him Marcone because that's what
she's in a
James
relationship.
called him.
She's in a. Is it,
She works for him, and apparently she may be in some kind of
a friend
relationship
with benefits?
Yeah,
A employer
Yeah.
with benefits, but
a
not
magical
those kind
unicorn
of.
rope kind of relationship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, which we're not
Yikes.
going to talk about.
Oh.
But when they go to the new Velvet Room, which apparently is an exercise academy.
Yeah, a
for
special
really, really
elite.
rich guys who have little helpers that help them work out and do other things. She and
Some
Thomas
things-
and Harry find out that Mrs. Beckett, Helen, is in charge of she's the manager. Surprise, surprise.
But you forgot the other part.
What's that?
Harry gets in and gets like VIP treatment from the get go.
That's right.
And then Marcone tells him,
The reason why.
I've told all of my businesses to treat you like a VIP because you seem to be less likely to burn my businesses down if you're shocked by like how nice everyone is, you know? Something to that effect. Because Harry was going in there ready to like be so like hardcore, and they're like, "Oh, Mr. Dresden, like here's your VIP bag. We've been waiting for you to pick it up," and like all this other stuff.
Yep.
So, I like the new businesses Marcona set up. The gym, yeah, the gym with benefits kind of situation. The gym with the happy endings. Is that the right? That's probably the right description. It's a. You probably can get drugs there too, I'm guessing. But it all looks like a special, gym. Yep. Marcone. Businessman extraordinaire. And so they're still trying to figure out who the bad person in the group is, which we find out is the turtleneck. Priscilla. Yeah.
Are there any Priscillas in chat? I don't want to make fun of.
Oh, there's a
the name.
Patricia.
No, Patricia's not Priscilla.
I know. I was just saying and there's two Patricias. There's Patricia Crump and there's Patricia Franco. Is it Franco? Patricia Franco, yeah. There may be more.
But in the course of this, Anna's been killed.
Yes.
We find out that Anna Ash, who was the person in charge of the order of the large cooking pot,
We need to make a shirt.
she was killed, and that turns Dresden towards Helen. As it turns out, it wasn't Helen. Once he finds out it wasn't Helen, and he realizes that the whole situation with Helen is tied to the fact of her daughter, who we know is still alive, because of the fact, because Dresden followed Marconi up to the up to the asylum where she is, so the nursing home or whatever you want to call it, up in Wisconsin. So he finds out, he realizes now it wasn't Beckett, so now he knows it's Priscilla, and so he's trying to get there in time because Priscilla apparently is in a hotel room with Mouse and Elaine and a couple of the other girls.
Oh yeah.
And he's afraid that she is going to kill them with Harry being gone. So Harry races back with Molly and Murphy in the car, and is trying to communicate with Elaine during this time, which is kind of an exciting chase quasi chase scene, if you will. He's trying to conquer. They apparently had developed an ability to talk mentally to each other when they were young teenagers going through their magical unicorn rope activities when they lived with their mentor who Harry burned up, and so he finally connects with her as literally as she is she is in the water in the bathtub with her wrists slit bleeding.
One of them, right?
And
or
the
both of them?
Skavis, and the Skavis is talking to her, convincing her that basically they use despair and emotions to kill their victims. All three of the white vampires use a different aspect of some kind of emotion in order to take the life force from their victims. So the wraiths use lust, and the Skavises use despair, and the Malvoras use
Fear? Or no?
why am I not remembering? I don't know. But in any event, they luckily he connects with her just in time, and they wonder whether they got there in time, and the side of the hotel blows out. So yes, they did. Malvora, the Skavis jumps, runs away, shirt on fire, whatever the case might be. Mouse ends up giving the coup de grace to him, and so they decide now they're ready to go take care of the rest of the clan or clans.
Yeah.
So Madrigal, who's a wraith, has joined with the Malvoras in the attack or the overthrow, if you will. It's a coup d'état, really. Basically, they're trying to get enough votes, if you will, from the various members of the white vampire families, so that they can do an organized assault against the wizards, because they've developed this strategy, if you will, to kill female members of the humans who have the ability who have wizard genetic powers of wizardry, and they would be the ones to procreate and hopefully birth new wizards. So if they kill them, as many of them as they can, they'll eventually wipe the wizard out.
Yeah, but with the power plays in the wraith, like the white courts, the more subtle, the better. Like they are like looked down upon, like overt displays of like killing and stuff. They want to be strategic and sneaky, and like that is seen as even more powerful.
Correct.
So
the sneakier the better. The more points you score.
Right.
If you're doing it sneaky as opposed to being overt about it.
Right. Even though Papa Wraith used to just kill people with a touch of his hand, but go off on the subtlety. You know what I mean?
A kiss, actually.
A kiss. Sorry.
Yep.
A kiss.
So Harry calls up Carlos.
Because Elaine is incapacitated.
Elaine's in the hospital. Correct.
Alive, which is great.
But in the hospital, which is not so great. And so he comes, and they go to. They all drive as a group out to the deeps, not to the deeps, to Lara Wraith's house, the Wraith estate, if you will, and they have the little tete there outside. We find out that Carlos really doesn't know anything about what he's talking about, and Harry makes several jokes on his account through the rest of the book.
Yeah.
About his lack of experience, if you will.
Yeah.
And then they go to the deeps, where they're going to
Duel
duel with with Malvora
And
and
Madrigal.
Madrigal.
Yep.
And
And-
on the way, what do they find?
What do they find?
What do they find on the way? What has Laura been doing with?
Oh, the fairies and capturing them.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and Dresden's pissed about that.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean, the humans, he's upset about the humans as well.
Yeah.
But the fact they've been capturing the little people,
Those are his people. Those are his pizza people.
those are
okay?
his minions. That's right.
But he also Harry, because I think whatever, from what I understand from like how he's written in the books, when he collects someone like and cares about them, they're like they're on his team. Like he feels a sense of responsibility because he didn't have anybody fighting for him really except for Ebenezer. And you know what I mean? And so when he's like, all right, like I'm gonna give you pizza and maybe we do like, and it's you if you need, or if I need some help, like if you want to do it, you can do it. But like I think he gets attached to the people that he collects, and I think that seeing all of the fairies made him like upset a little
Well,
bit.
it definitely did.
Yeah.
But he's going to fight the most important battle first.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then he talks to, after he, yeah. Okay. Well, I don't want to get ahead. So the battle's the best. The battle in this book between Carlos and Dresden and Madrigal, is it Malvora?
Yeah.
Is the best.
So-
Especially,
So we've got Vittorio, who's
Mm-hmm.
the Malvora,
yep.
and Madrigal, who's
Who's a
actually a
wraith.
wraith, but
Yep.
he's on this, which is, he's the. So Papa Wraith really isn't in charge, but Lara is giving Papa Wraith the impression, or gives everyone the impression, that he's still in charge. He has enough of his mental acuity to be able to at least chew gum and breathe at the same time and stand up and look official.
Yeah.
So he is in fact a figurehead in the most literal sense.
A literal puppet.
Yep.
A mental puppet of,
But he's at least able to communicate and articulate things, and so that helps the whole
facade.
the whole acting facade that's going on as far as him being the leader of the white vampires.
Yeah.
But we find out a little bit of the history beforehand, because Harry goes into Etruscan mode with Lasciel,
Yes.
and we're able to listen to kind of the litany of what has happened over the course of the last several weeks / months. We assume it's several weeks, more than 3 or 4 weeks, that they've been killing women in various cities around the United States, moving towards Chicago in this meeting, and what the whole purpose is behind this. What's been going on, why they're doing it, how they're out to undercut the wizards, and it is a campaign that, in fact, at first it was the Scavuses that had brought it up, but the Malvora, Vittorio, and Madrigal jumped in to try to steal the limelight. And as it turned out, of course, Scavus isn't here anymore. He's been killed. So it shows up that maybe it really is Madrigal and Vittorio who were kind of the heroes as far as this little meeting go, and Madame Malvora makes a comment as they're talking about it, that who's going to hold them accountable, not the king of the white vampires, Papa Wraith, and
Yeah.
that's when Dresden and Carlos walk in
Yeah.
and set up this great fight scene, which goes on, which is described pretty amazing. It's a really, really exciting scene in the book itself, but it isn't, in fact, the key battle in the deeps. And what's amazing about this is that they meaning Dresden has planned for something happening in the deeps that they didn't know about that they need to be careful of.
Yeah.
And so he has concocted a scheme with Marconi and Murphy and Thomas and the rest of the group to be waiting to come through the Never Never just in case they needed them in the event that some things went south and he and Carlos were in trouble.
Yeah.
And sure enough, they end up getting in trouble.
Yeah. Yep. Big time. Kind of big time.
Yeah. So what
'Cause
happens?
The ghouls.
Not the regular ghouls. The super ghouls
The
show
super
up.
ghouls.
So these are prehistoric, much more ferocious, much bigger, much stronger ghouls than they've really seen anywhere in the book, the book series, I should say. They're not typical ghouls. Now, ghouls are pretty ferocious. They're kind of like a cross between a werewolf and a large bear. That's the way I would describe it. They're bigger than humans are. They're meat eaters, but in fact, all they do is their main source of food is people.
Yeah.
We've met ghouls before in other books.
Yep.
So we have, and then we know that they show up as people who turn into these beasts that are meat eating, ferocious, not very smart, but really strong, and animals. But these apparently are ghouls on another level. They were more prehistoric version of the ghoul, much bigger, much stronger, and as it turns out, much less killable.
Yeah.
Because when they blow up or they get killed and they're in all their bits, those bits actually come together and they reform into these ghouls. So the question is, where have they been hiding, and why haven't they been present in any of the other story?
Right.
I don't know. I'm not sure if the outsiders are somehow connected or not, because the outsiders are definitely involved.
Yeah. I agree.
But we don't know where they come from. And we've not really gotten anything through the course of the series so far to explain more about them.
Yeah. Does Lashiel do the time stopping thing in this book?
Yeah, this is when she dies.
Yeah.
In fact, the scene in the deeps is when she dies.
Yeah.
When she gives Dresden the extra, slows
Protection.
time down.
Yeah.
For her to have the conversation. So Lashiel, obviously, in the course of this fantastic battle in the deeps, where ghouls are getting killed and vampires are getting killed and things are going back and forth, Dresden, when this starts off, opens up a hole to the Never Never, a gateway to the Never Never, and through it jumps Marconi and several Einarjaren.
Yes.
and Murphy with their little black chocolate gun.
Yeah.
And Thomas.
Yeah.
And so they're reinforcing Dresden and Carlos, Carlos has been wounded by this time. And so they have this epic battle and get all the way to almost the point where they're going to escape, and then Vittorio ends up showing that he's in league with Cowell and the outsiders, and speaks a word and basically creates a stasis moment where he freezes everyone, and he's gonna do the whole evil overlord, tell you what he's gonna do, and get to the point where the ghouls kill everyone. And luckily, Lashiel, at this point in time, and Dresden have a long conversation about whether or not he's ever going to accept the coin. He says he's not.
Yeah.
And Lashiel agrees, when he says he's not, to save Dresden's life by allowing him to she slows down time.
Yeah.
And we find out for the first, I think for the first time, that he really is he's a significant stalwart and defense against the outsiders, because outsiders don't have. He has power over outsiders. Not that they can't do things to him, because they can, but he can do things to. They're affected by him in a way that most magicians or magic users or wizards or sorcerers, whatever, they don't have the power to affect outsiders, but he does. Because he's a Starborn. A Starborn.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And he's one, and they're very rare, and they're apparently very important in the whole overall theme of the books. Where we've only found out a little bit so far of what that is.
Yeah. So this whole the whole battle scene is wild. I don't know. It's just it also gives you enough of it's interesting in itself, but you have the story that Marsters is not Marsters. You have the story that Butcher's writing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the overarching story that you're getting bits and pieces of that you're adding to it throughout the books and stuff, but figuring out what Starborn means, figuring out
and we really don't know right now.
Yeah.
But we do know that they have power over outsiders.
Yeah. We just have a hint though, but it adds to the story of it from the overarching story, and then pulling characters from book one back into this one and the story and stuff like that.
Now, this is actually the longest 3 minutes in human history.
Yes.
Yeah, they Butcher actually wrote his next novel during the time that that Vittorio had put the stasis spell on everyone. That's how long it was. It's the things that the way that Butcher explains it and how it goes on. Even then, it's still stretching belief to some extent how much stuff got done during that time frame. And then for Dresden and Lara to be able to run to the entrance, put up the spell, get shot out of it when the explosion goes off.
Yeah. Unbelievable. But it's fantasy.
It's a fantasy book.
Yeah,
It's fun. We like this.
Yeah. But we always say how did that happen? And XCAL always says because the screenwriter wrote it like that. What?
We don't show pictures like that. We don't.
What?
What kind of pictures did she send you?
Snow.
Uh-huh.
It's snow.
People frolicking in the snow
No,
with the humans?
no. Oh my God,
All
stop
right.
it. It's in
Okay.
Discord. Oh my God. No. Whenever we say, "Oh my gosh, how did that happen?"
She
XCAL
really-
always says,
her buttons are very easy to push. What can I say?
You're such a turd. You know what's funny? I would be like, "Oh, those buttons uncomfy for me to push on you. I would never push them." XCal's like, "Oh, it's a button. Let's go. Tap 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 tap." My brothers are the same way.
Yeah, they are.
My little sister's the same way.
They are.
Except my sister is. I mean, they're all nice and they're all. It's a code for cats. XCal. Oh my God. Yep, there we go. There it is. Oh, I downloaded a fire yesterday for the bottom of the screen. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. You can keep talking about the book. I'm gonna look for my fire.
But so my point was that those 3 minutes that were set up, and of course the reason that those 3 minutes are important is because Marconi had some of his iron jarring go around and plant explosives on the walls to basically blow up the deeps.
Yeah.
So it was designed so that after they escaped to the Never Never, close the door to the Never Never, there's no way for anything to impact them, that the deeps would blow up and kill all of the basically every living thing in there, which at that point in time, all the humans were dead. The ones that were saved were already through into the Never Never. Marconi's people would theoretically have been in the Never Never with them. And so all that would be left would be some White Court vampires and the big bad ghouls. Unfortunately, Lara and so in the midst of this whole sequence, while she's talking to Harry and trying to convince him to accept the coin, there you go. So
Yeah, just kidding.
There's the fire, right?
Yeah, I need to. I was trying to do it as an overlay though, so
Okay.
we'll put this one back.
Oh, so you're putting it in front of us?
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
I'm trying to see if I can key out the black too, but continue on.
Okay, fine. So, anyways, it goes on for a long time, and but they do end up escaping. Harry and Lara do their magical unicorn rope moment in the bubble that gets shot out of the cave and crashes through the mansion itself, and they're lying stunned in the rubble of what's left of the mansion, which ends up being rebuilt. So it wasn't like it was totally flattened, but there's obviously a person size or a 2-person size hole through some parts of it.
Yeah.
And that's when it comes out that Lara's been the one that's been pushing the buttons on this whole process. So she got Thomas involved, specifically to get Dresden involved. So Dresden would do the things that he did, and hopefully help her retain her power as the person in charge of the White Court of vampires.
Yeah.
And so there's this clever interaction back and forth between the two of them, and they agree that they're going to remain enemies, but at the same time they're allies in some of the things that they do. So
Yeah.
where guild is agreed upon, they're not going to take any more action against wizards. If they do, they're going to Harry and Lara will be at war. And that's something that both of them would prefer not to have happen.
And Harry told her to free the little people, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Free the little people. And his last point was he wanted some Listerine because they were kissing. And
Yeah. and she got offended about that.
So that's what so she got offended by that.
Yeah. Oh,
So the
my
book ends
gosh.
where they go back to the hospital. Elaine's recovering there. She's leaving. And theoretically going back to LA.
Yeah.
And they are going to use the Were Guild to set up a network to be able to help magic users who aren't as powerful as wizards, for example, to be able to protect themselves in the event that other magical entities come against or supernatural entities come against them in any way, shape, or form, which actually turns up in some of the other books
Yeah.
and some of the short stories as well.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot that other part. They had the ladies had done a protection spell or whatever that they had taken a long time to do, and Harry, I think, blasted right through it.
Uh-huh.
I forgot that part to talk about it because I was like, what are they shooting at each other?
Probably those Nerf guns. I think those are Nerf guns.
Okay. There's little kids outside,
Having a war.
right by my dad's car.
At least in a airsoft.
That's true. That's true. Christy, then there's the half hour, but it's suddenly midnight.
And then Harry digs up Lassio's coin so that
Michael.
so the Denarians can get it back eventually.
Yep. Oh, but remember he gives it to Michael, and Michael
Right.
knew
He's
that
gonna
he
give it to
had
him
it the
first.
whole time.
Yes.
That conversation was awesome.
Yeah.
And that's such an interesting thing because you think about Michael, he's Catholic, he's a Knight of the Cross. He's also pretty chill for a Knight of the Cross, and he's you think that he's going to behave a certain way, and because he's so intense about the Denarians too, and he's known the entire time that Harry had the coin, and he still treated Harry the exact same.
Yep.
Which is way cool, isn't that? I think that's cool.
Now he doesn't. That conversation doesn't happen in this book,
Oh.
but because he gives a coin back to Fort Hill,
Oh, Fort Hill. Okay.
and it happens in the next book, in the Small Favor book,
Okay.
because Michael still isn't sure that Harry doesn't have Lashiel's kind of spirit either indwelling him or affecting him in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but she died.
Well, what happened was the imprint of Lashiel
died.
Lashiel didn't die.
I know, the imprint, though. The one that was in Harry would have remained with Harry if she hadn't taken the hit from that spell to protect him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Spoiler. Sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah.
And the fact that
so much work on those wards and they were so mad.
Yes. Yeah, they were pretty frustrated.
Yeah.
That was when he broke in and found Elaine in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the net of it all was that there's still some threads that are going to show up.
Yeah. Yep. For sure. There are.
2 significant ones, at least.
No more spoiler alerts.
No, I'm just mentioning because some folks haven't read ahead, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yes, they were frustrated.
Oh, we forgot to say that Marcone becomes a baron of the Unseelie Accords.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was his agreement to come help with and so he needed someone to sign off, and so Harry promised to sign off if he came with his Einerjarn to come help. I forgot about that. I mean, I didn't forget, but I forgot. So
yeah, he's got. So we've met the people that Marconi has been renting from Odin during this time, in previous books as well.
Yeah. Wait, I don't think we gave spoilers. Did we give spoilers? Did we do?
We've given spoilers during this.
Did I just give one though?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, the fact that he's now a freeholding lord in the Unseelie Accords, the first ever pure human, which at this point in time he still is.
Thank you, Lynn. A beacon light with word spoiler alert. Yes. Yikes. Yes, I gave them, but not right now. Okay. Sorry, Christy. Sorry, chat. I can't help it. We should have called it the Spoiler Alert Book Club. Oh, my God. Go ahead. Sorry.
Nope. We're done. We're finished. We're ready for the next book. Small Favor. One of my favorites.
What is your favorite book?
What is my favorite book? I'm going to have to make that decision when I read them all.
You've already read them all.
I haven't read them all.
Oh, when they're all done? Like when the series is finished? Oh, my God. What's your favorite book so far?
So far? I think because of the donut.
The donut.
The Small Favor is.
Okay.
Although
no
Battleground is awesome. Is awesome. Battleground is terrific.
Okay, no more spoilers. No more spoilers. The titles keep getting more and more.
But it was sweet though. It's a sweet little one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Pun intended. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, so what does book club look like over the holidays? Are we taking a break from book club, or like are we doing one more next week? And like what is like, should we do it every 2 weeks in December?
We're gonna have a relaxed schedule. Maybe if Tutu comes back, he'll be able to participate with us.
Yes, if Tutu comes back, okay, that would be great. Okay, we'll figure it out. But we are doing 12 days of Snarkmas. Within reason.
Yeah, within reason. I'm not sure I can do 12 straight days of Snarkness.
Why not? Why?
I'll break someone's computer screen.
No, you won't. We'll be fine.
Too
We'll
much
be fine.
MLM stuff.
No, we can do Twin Flames, which is kind of MLM, but like not overtly MLM. We could do Beachbody. We could do We could do.
I always feel bad about Beachbody because I loved
All of the
P90X.
haters, we all love P90X,
I
and
love
so do the
P90X.
people who are frustrated with Beachbody now. Still love P90X and Insanity and like the original stuff. They still do. So when Harry found out Thomas was his brother, that book was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love also when Charity goes in to save her daughter from the Never Never, from like the heart of winter. She puts on her like her mail coat and her sword and stuff, and she's like, "Who do you think's been sparring with Michael for 20 years? It's me." You know, I was like, that was an awesome book too. You know, you kind of want your parent to come in and like save you, and to have your mom do it like is hella cool. Like, that's awesome.
Well, technically, her mom and her dad both saved her.
They both saved her, but the mom like going in with the sword, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, it's been fun.
It's been real. It's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun. Is that what you're going to say?
It has been
real fun.
It has been real fun. Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Before we burn down the stream, thanks so much for watching. Please come back next time, and if you liked this stream, please thumbs up. We didn't get any haters today.
Man,
I know, he's so disappointed. His middle finger is not going to get the workout that it's gotten the past few streams.
Well, the good news is that Mrs. XCAL is not going to yell at me for pointing.
My mom literally came in before the stream and she was like, "No pointing."
Yeah, just like that.
No pointing,
So,
but
yeah,
with the other finger.
I can't point.
G-rated, So, all right. Okay, bye everybody.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.